Welcome to Danu on Fire right here on Hi TV, your luxury channel. We are checking out the pool and the breeze here at Hilton Residences, and we have with us Ishraq Wahab. I must say he was a huge hit after a date with Danu. Who knew? He had such amount of conversation. Actually, the other one was quite boring, Mario. it was easy for you to shine. Yes. That wasn't a task. That wasn't a task at all. Yeah. You know that I think in life I would have spoken Mario de Souza, if he's watching. I think I would have spoken to a chair more. Don't you think so?
Mario is Mario.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I must say, I haven't heard him speak so much.
Ever.
Ever. Even in the debate, he speaks less.
Yeah. Anyway, so we share the same school, and there are a lot of things that we have to talk about. But before we get to all of that, Ishraq, tell me, with everything that's happening right now, are people buying gold?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's not devaluing.
Yeah.
No? Yeah.
I mean, gold is like a international currency, so you got to have gold. Then your wealth is safe, kind of thing.
Yeah,
that's how you look at it.
I've got a little dust of bullion exchange today. I've got a gift. I'll tell you about it in my next segment. Yeah, a thoughtful gift. So I'm very touched.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
So tell me, Ishraq, what's happening these days now? So everything that you do is like at a I don't know, like a bit of a junction. You need fuel to race. There's no fuel. And if something breaks in the car, there are no parts. How are you doing what you're doing?
We aren't actually.
Good choice.
No, that's because there's been no racing in the country. I mean, technically,
how to race? There's no pill.
Since 2019, there have been only two major races in this country. Two major races, one at Katakurunda, one at Gajaba Supercross. I mean, they had one just before the country went into like a fuel crisis in February last year, and they had one in December last year, and so far they have these plans of grandeur to organize races and stuff and all that. But until it actually happens, we don't know. We're kind of waiting and seeing what's going to happen. Also, a lot of people have retired during that age, and people thought I might retire too.
As long as there's hair color.
Yeah.
A touch of shoe polish can go a long way.
I'm hoping this grey hair will make people a little more civilized towards me at the track and not hit me off so often. Paune, Nakia, uncle ne.
Yeah. Then just don't color this as well.
Yeah. I'm going to stay off. I'm going to stay off for a couple of weeks before I hit the track.
Godridge. Losing business today. In terms of progress, where do you see Sri Lanka as somebody who is in the business industry, where you have to depend on salary that you make, and you were paying so many people? Were the last 2 years such trying times, and how is 2023 looking?
Actually, last 2 years were trying for different reasons apart from business.
Right.
They were trying because of COVID, and then they were trying because of the fuel crisis. But actually, I feel that 2023 is going to be the really trying time for businesses, because this is the time where the country suddenly decided it needs like a master reset of all the rules and regulations, and with this whole taxation and kind of businesses have to be regulated more, and they are trying to throw a net blanket over everybody.
Correct.
And so many people kind of leaving the country also, which drops the retail business. I mean, if you had 100 customers coming in, just hypothetically,
and 40 have left already.
40 have left. So you only have those 60 people.
Correct.
But the number of businesses aren't going to shut down. If you have 100, 20 restaurants within a kilometer radius, those 20 restaurants are still going to be there. 20 jewelry shops, those are still going to be there. So they are still relying on the lesser number of people. So that's what's going to be kind of trying this year. We won't see it now, but by June, July, it's predicted that we'll see what the situation is.
Because it's not easy when you run your own thing, and when you have people living off you and the salaries that you're going to pay them, it's unwanted stress in your head.
Yeah, I know. That's why I kind of have my brother, so we kind of divide the stress.
You take the stress.
Yeah. So we have like a week, okay? This week is your stress week. You open, you close. So I'm like, I have like a, it's not. But I'm not off. I'm not off, but I have a, a little more relaxed role during that week.
You are more like the commercial face.
Well, yeah, I'm kind of hoping so.
Yeah. Who is the pretty one?
Pretty one, who?
Who is the pretty one out of the two?
out of the out of the three.
Out of the three?
I don't know. You can't say that. If I say it was me, that would just sound pompous.
Just
and I
say
haven't
it.
been called pompous since my debating days.
Just say it. You're the pretty one, so you become the
Yeah,
face. So
okay.
you can't work as the face. You have to just be there to look pretty.
Yeah.
There you go. Just take it from me. I'm giving the title. We're going to get into a break. We'll see you on the other side. Do stick around. It's on fire. Welcome back to the show. It's Danu on fire, and we have got some sizzling chicken here. Yeah, it's a dirty mind. Ishraq, I wanted to know, you have won some amazing awards. Like, although you won Best Actor as well for Shakespeare.
Yes.
You have won racing championships. You've done all of these cool stuff, but you also won an all-you-can-eat competition.
Oh
which is
God. Cringe.
Which is a very important feature in your life. Tell me about it, because this could be something that you can.
This is the longest I've looked at a sizzling platter without actually finishing half of it.
Tell me how much, how long did it take? What
Okay,
was this?
so in the Sizzle restaurant,
Yeah.
they had like this sizzling eating competition,
Right.
and they bring you.
And it's also very hot.
It's hot. It's hot. And there was like this huge portion of, I know they claimed it to be 1 kg of meat.
Right.
And
Mash and the whole works.
yeah, mash and the whole works, and then up until like they've had like so many rounds of semi-finals, and in their restaurant they had this wall of fame and a wall of shame. So everyone who couldn't finish it,
Was
I
on
think
the wall
within
of
like a 45-minute time gap, was on the wall of shame. So up until then, I think the fastest person had eaten it in like some 38 minutes or something like that. So then for the last semi-final round, they called me. Because I had said, okay, I also want to come and try out and see.
Because if you fail, you have to pay, right?
No, you don't have to.
Oh, really?
You just feel like throwing up. Like, a lot of people can't handle that amount of food. But of course, it's good food. So anyway, I went and finished that sizzling platter in 18 minutes and 20 seconds. I still remember the number. And everyone was like, the other guys, they were like just touching it and like my place clean. And then I'm like, I go out, have a walk, come back and like, I'll have some ice cream.
And that was it. They're
And
like,
that was it.
that's the end of this competition. We have found a winner. We have gone through the losses. Let's move on.
Yeah, they never had it again.
Yeah, they're like, let's just deal with it. You lived on Arithusa Lane. We have kind of told his address. You can't do racing down that road, can you?
Trust me, the goal was leave our house at number 8, and just when we were passing your place, if we can hit 110 kilometers per hour, that means the car is fast. That was the test that we had back in the day. Obviously, Arithusa was not so busy, you know.
I know.
I mean, there was nobody.
Yeah, but right now you can't breathe.
Now you can't. Now it's like, oh my God.
After you pass your house, everything else is just like
yeah,
jam-packed.
it's crazy. But yeah, that's like we'll do something on the car and they're like, okay, let's see how fast we can get down, near Danu's house, around that area, obviously.
Yeah. But yeah, because right now if you do it, you'll kill at least 10 people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
But
no advice.
Yeah.
Do not do that. Do not race down the street.
Down the road, like, this whole street racing culture, it's going just like how we used to have street cricket. It's like, it's all dead now. You don't have neighborhood friendship anymore.
I'm telling you, it was crazy, right? Because about 20 years ago, we had this street culture, racing culture thing, and it used to happen down Green Path.
And it's also illegal.
It's completely illegal, but then we were young, we were not married, we were dumb,
Yeah.
So I'll just put it down to that, you know. And so I was at ITS,
Yeah.
right, Institute of Technological
Yeah.
Studies,
Right.
so they say, right. And my older brother had this Pilaus gang. They called them the Pila Steppers. So we used to challenge them, and we used to meet up at Green Path at about 12 o'clock in the night. And I remember, like, the first night there were like 7 cars, and then the next weekend like 20 cars, and then word got around, and suddenly like cars were like triple parked all the way down Green Path. You know, it was just crazy. And I mean, even the cops came and they had no problem. You know, they were just watching the races with us, and guys knew how to shape them off. You
Yeah.
know, they'll give them something, and
Yeah.
I mean, not money or anything like that. You know, but I'm not endorsing, or have never endorsed ever giving money to anybody to do things.
What is the other type of favors you can do?
I don't know. Be imaginative.
Must have been a good race. And would have been a good ride for them. Oh, Ishraq, you drive so well. Yeah, you like my ride? Yeah.
No, say,
No wonder there were 3 lines of cars.
we had a guy who used to start, right? And his name was Imran, but because he used to always do 1, 2, 3 and start the race, everybody now calls him 1, 2, 3 Imran. He has no other name.
Those are his initials.
Even if you look at my phone, 20 years later, I've saved his name
1,
as
2, 3
1, 2, 3 Imran. So he was like the official starter.
Right,
You know,
okay.
and we had the guy who finished the race and all sorts of things. But then, you know, when the crowd just got out of hand, then, you know, there were people who were coming, and there was obviously some accidents, not while we were there, but like people used to go to Green Path and practice for the drags. And one guy went and broke Mayor Rosie's wall. And then another guy went and broke his bike and destroyed the
Government property.
government property. So then I think the police stepped in and like,
yeah, there's
but that didn't stop us, you know. We'd race until we hear the cops, and they're like, get in, and we have secret location number 2. Let's go there. And the secret location number 3.
So y'all can't just reduce the speed and just... No, can't. That's no fun.
There's no fun in that.
Yeah, that's true.
But then, you know, I mean, it's illegal. So after a while, you know, you can do that only for a little, like a short term in your life, when you're
Because
like
right
not
now, I
scared
think-
of death. You
And
know,
also now I think you might be in the dog cage with your wife.
exactly. I think after I got married, like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she drives you right.
No comment. But I did get a chance to scare the bejesus out of her.
But you
Right.
made a...
No, so like last October, I booked this track, right, at Gajaba Supercross, and I was taking all my race cars. And I said, come, it's going to be fun. We're just going to go spend the day, have a barbecue, pool. I'll drive the car around a little bit. And then one by one, I took all my kids and put them in the car and just scared the crap out of them around the track, right? And then I put my wife in, and I strapped her in. And she goes, oh, it's so uncomfortable, so uncomfortable. She didn't know. I was secretly recording it on a GoPro camera. And I absolutely thrashed her on the track. And
Did she scream using all languages?
all languages, you know, even once I didn't know she knew. So you know, it's not payback, but it was like, no, you know, I wanted to experience what it is like inside a racing car, what I like go through, you know.
I know.
Week in, week
I have
out.
actually been in one and I screamed like a girl. It's not even funny. Like everyone heard it, and it was on a high note. On that note, we're going to get a break. We'll come back with more. This is fun. Our final segment, the sun I think is about to set, and this is the gift I got. It says Danu on emoji fire. Who is the designer of this?
Come on, it's me. Hello.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So creative. Well, you were admiring my shirt. Thank you. Because you like Marvel.
I'm a big Marvel fan. I've got like Flix IPTV on home, and the first channel is Marvel 24/7. I just go over and just put the TV on, Marvel, whatever movies play, I
So
just
your
watch
wife has how many kids? 2, and you?
it. No, 3 and me.
Yeah. That
But
makes
she
sense.
said it, you know, oh, you're like a big child, you're like a big baby.
Yeah.
So why why not make use of it?
That is true.
Yeah.
You should not lose your
Yeah,
opportunity.
exactly. Right.
Yeah.
I know. I'm not going to say I'm grown up. I'm going to, be responsible.
And that is all people who put that, who carry an organizer in their hand and all, just to show off
Exactly. Put their clothes back, to keep their cupboard not in a mess. That's not me.
folding clothes are
Oh,
nonsense.
hello.
Who's that?
Not gonna happen.
Yeah. Who's going to do that? I'm telling you, there's something so joyful when you dig through and get a shirt.
Oh.
Isn't
People
it?
don't understand it,
Yeah.
Even
Because
though
that's
you
the
have
only
like
way
20
I'm-
shirts on top, you need that one that's
What's at the very end?
That's the, right there.
I know. There's this man called Siva who lives with us. He has aged and lost hair because of me. Siva, do you know that black shirt that had like this red dot here? Which had like there it is. So it makes sense.
I totally get it.
Now, I wanted to ask you, how healthy is this racing culture? Do people cut you, chop you? Do they badmouth you?
It's like this, right? Racing.
By the way, you can eat dessert.
Excellent.
Eat and talk.
Okay. That might be a bad idea for me. Racing culture is different to car culture, Danu. Racing culture, you are at the racetrack. The guy, hi Machang, how are you?
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure I out-qualify you today. You know what I mean? That's what he's thinking, He's looking at the time, and then, if you've gone faster by, a couple of tenths, he's, Machang, superb, you must have done a good lap to get that 10th in. Damn, how am I going to get that 10th back? I need to make sure I get him at the start, So that's the vibe, I mean, very rarely will you have like a really, really good friend, and if you do, he's obviously not competing in the same event as you. That's the reality that nobody wants to talk about, but it is, and everyone's fine, and we just act civilized as much as we can. Car culture is different. Car culture is where people take their cars, they modify it a little bit, maybe they restore an old car, and
they're forever repairing it.
Yeah, forever repair. It's a project car. Project cars never end, you know what I mean? And some people have like multiple project cars. They'll have like 2-3 project cars.
None of them work.
None of them work. My brother is a case and example. Maybe he finished one, which was like, what? You actually finished a project car? So, but he's got like another 4 in the pipeline. You know what I mean? So, but those people, they never hate on you. You know what I mean? They're like, even if you buy a rust bucket and he's like in the burst cut, bro, awesome car.
Oh my God, are these parts original?
Yeah, it's like,
the leather is good.
So that I love, you know what I mean? I love the meeting up at car shows, we have the Subaru Club, or we have the Evo Club, or, we have like the JDM guys, where anything with any Japanese.
Car?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
At the moment, I have like my old race car, which is now turned into like a project car,
right,
which I'm like kind of.
You're not into vintage cars at all.
I think I will get there, but not yet.
Yeah, you're too young for that.
Yeah, So,
Darling,
please.
when you get to vintage car, what you're driving now will be vintage. Because we can't go so back in time for vintage
Possibly.
at that time.
But now Sri Lanka classifies vintage cars as like pre-83.
Oh, really?
So anything you buy, it's
Now,
going to be.
vintage. We only have vintage.
You only have, yeah.
Now,
So,
especially.
yeah.
The world has moved on and we are like,
Exactly. Yeah. I normally would see like new cars on the road, but now there's
Nothing.
no new cars.
if you're buying a car, you know you can rob them. That's how good they are. Are you a very homely husband?
As in, am I at home a lot of the time?
No. Are you like somebody who's like, let me do 50% of the work today. Let me put the kids to bed today.
Let me just tell you this, right? Just before COVID hit and Sri Lanka went into lockdown, both our maids couldn't leave the house. So Colombo went into lockdown and we were at home, right? And both the maids were there, right? And the kids started school and my wife was also teaching and I had nothing to do. So I'd get up in the morning, go to the gym, come, eat breakfast, lie in bed, watch Netflix. Get up for lunch, come back, lie in bed, watch Netflix. Get up for dinner, eat, come back, watch Netflix. And there was nothing that my wife would say about it. And it just, I could see, she was just sitting and
Because
waiting
you would
and
have not
waiting.
died of COVID. You would have died of. It's called murder. She wrote.
No, but actually I was being totally useless during that time. And then finally I was like, okay, let me be a better,
And then the
a
next
better
day-
homely person.
And next day, the country open.
And the next day the country open. But I did take the kids out in the evening, and we were riding bicycles and did some play stuff. And but I must tell you, when we were in the States last summer, I used to make the bed. I used to make the tea. I used to help out with breakfast. I used to cut vegetables.
For whom?
For everybody who was living in that house. And there was like my family plus my wife's sister's family. There were like 10 people in the house. So I'd get up in the morning because I'm the first person up. Everybody else is sleeping. And I'd make tea for everybody. And then the kids will come down. I pour their milk. I give them strawberries. I give them cereal. So I was like, I think I was more of a homely husband in America than in Sri Lanka.
You perform better in a different
I think
place.
so. I think so, It's like if you take the lion out of the jungle and put him in the zoo, he kind of gets tamed. I think maybe that was, that was a horrible analogy maybe.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
It was horrible in many ways. Like, you compare yourself to a lion. But yeah, I'm very happy. Well, after this show, we'll have new, what can I say, new findings about Ishraq. Either he'll make it alive or you'll see him like one of those cases.
Oh God.
Anyway, on that note, it's always good to have guests who are fun. It makes it so much more easier for you, and it's just rewarding. Thank you. You're one fun guest.
I thought you wanted me on the show just to see me eat, like my eating skills. Like,
No,
I'm gonna
I
put that
don't
on my-
have such obsessions.
Oh, okay, all right.
I don't have a fetish like that.
Let's put Ishraq on the show. Give him food. Let's see how long he can look at it without eating.
There are people who have that fetish, like feeding the partner, seeing them get obese.
Okay, thank God. Thank God.
I'm not there. No.
Yeah.
So it's an expensive dream to have. But on that note, we need to wrap things up. We will see you soon. Till then, you keep smiling. Adios.